typical in the chat box, tell me, what is a typical traditional average real estate agent saying right now about the real estate market? What is a typical traditional average real estate? It sucks, or it's tough, or it's crappy, right? We need to bring energy and passion and absolute professionalism to this market. That is my goal. And that's my goal today, is to share with you 3 areas where we can absolutely revolutionize our thinking, like revolutionize, not just change it. To go from being a 23-year-old college dropout, working behind a bar, I was a bartender, to going to #1 in the world with Keller Williams in 9 years. And I don't tell you that to brag, I swear. I'm telling you that because the things I learned and what I'm going to share today are the same things that can help you in your business. And I had to absolutely change my thought process. And I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. And one of the most beautiful things happened to me several years ago. My son, Chad Goldwasser, he's 22 years old. If you have a child, raise your hand and you love them to death. I love this kid more than anything. And he's sitting in my car and he's listening to me on the phone in real estate. Do your kids do this? Yeah, they do. And I get off the phone call and he says, Dad, he goes, you're pretty good at what you do, aren't you? And I said, son, I never wanted to be good. I never wanted to be great. I want to be legendary, the best there ever was, because what I do is important. And guys, what we do is important. Like literally right now, what we do is absolutely important. People are putting their $500,000, $1 million, $5 million, $20 million asset, their home, most people's biggest asset, into the hands of people that do not know what they're doing because they're going to save 1% on a commission. So our company, this group, like, I am devoted to being legendary. I studied everything about real estate so that I could become one of the best on the planet. And Brian knows that. And speaking, it's the same thing. And what do we do to become really freaking awesome? Brian, what were you doing this morning when I called you and texted you to make sure that you were getting ready for this call? What were you doing?
You were actually wondering if I was actually okay and alive, and I could not respond to your text because I was on an 8 a.m. call practicing script, role play, and objection handling.
Practicing. Okay, guys, before I get into the 3 areas where we're going to revolutionize our thinking and revolutionize our life, I want to tell you 2 things to write down right now. Write this down. MICC. MICC. That stands for memorize, internalize, customize, and capitalize. I've been teaching and training agents all over the country for 25 years. Renee and I met in Orlando about 8 years ago, but I was teaching the same things, scripts and dialogues. Agents come to me all the time and they say, yeah, I'm a good BSer. Scripts are merely words we use to lead people to make the right decision to work with us, to price their homes correctly, which is the 3rd thing I'm going to talk to you about today. So MICC, first you memorize a script, okay? Brian, unmute yourself. So Brian, say this with me. We have a proven, repeatable process.
We have a proven, repeatable process.
Designed
to
get you the best price for your home.
To get you the best price for your home.
Which is what you want.
That's exactly what you want, which is what you want.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So when you're learning a script, that is a script I use. What is a typical traditional average agent? I always put them over here. What does a typical traditional average agent say when you ask them, what separates you? They'll say something like service or I'm a hard worker. Okay. Today's call is about separating yourself, bringing energy to this market and transforming your business right now, dominating in a down market. The second one I want you to write down is stun, Renee, S-T-U-N. We want to stun people. What do I mean by that? Like Maybe some of you are stunned right now. When people meet you, I want them to be taken aback. Like, this person's different, okay? And I'm not talking about in a freaky, wacky way, okay? Although I'm kind of freaky and wacky, okay? So here's what STUN stands for. Number one, smile. Practice, everyone. Smile at me. God, you look beautiful. Smile.
Hold on. Can everybody smile one more time? I want to get a screenshot where we're all actually smiling. So give me like 5 seconds.
Hurry!
One. Hold on.
Renee,
Somebody
I
wants to
love
get
your
a minute.
smile.
Hold on. This is going to be good, y'all. Hold on.
Jeez,
All
Brian.
right. People who aren't here on time are going to have to wait. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Yeah. All
Here
right.
we go.
T, Renee, is 10 billion megawatt energy, okay? And I don't mean like, hey, I'm Chad Goldwasser. I don't want you freaking people out. People can feel your energy. Can you feel my energy?
Yes.
Okay? People need to feel it, okay? Not in that, but they need to see your passion, your drive, your purpose, your why. They need to see that energy, okay? U is USP, unique selling proposition. What sets you apart? We have a proven, repeatable process that's designed to get sellers the best price for their home. I preview over 30 homes a week. I study and learn the market better than anyone so I can negotiate strongly on your behalf, which is what you want, right? What separates you? Think about it. Not service, not hard work. Think about what separates you, okay? USP, unique selling proposition. And then N, Brian, we never let people go without asking for the business. I want you to say this with me. Everyone on the call, everyone I meet, everyone I talk to ends up doing business with me.
Doing business.
Everyone I meet, everyone I talk to ends up doing business with me. It's amazing, okay? That is our mindset. So let's talk about the first area where we have to revolutionize our thinking to revolutionize our life, okay? A lot of people walk around this world with fear, anxiety, worry, depression. When I was 23 years old and I got into real estate, James Willoughby, one of the greatest agents on the planet, took me under his wing and he gave me a book. It was called 30 Days to Success as a Buyer's Agent. Don't look it up because it's not available anymore. It was written by Howard Britton, one of the greatest real estate trainers on the planet. This is 1997, y'all. I was 23-year-old college dropout, working behind a bar. He gives me this book, James did. I was 3 months into my career. And he said, every agent I've ever hired, I've given this book to, none of them completed it. None of them works for me anymore. And I thought, gauntlet thrown, challenge accepted. In that book, it had between 10 to 30 exercises I had to do every single day. And the first thing I had to do every single day was 25 affirmations I had to read out loud. I'm the best at what I do. I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I am the best person I can be. I'm a master salesperson. I study and learn my market. I love people. Then I had to write in a notebook 25 times every single day. I will enjoy success through selling 4 homes per month. Then I had to 25 times. I found the notebook recently. It was amazing. Have you ever found something in your past that like changed your life? And then the last thing I had to do was visualize myself receiving checks, being successful, showing homes. 28 years into my career. What do I do every single day? When I got to #1 in the world with Keller Williams, people said, what is it? What is it? And I would tell them, massively positive energy and an incredible attitude. I changed the way I thought about myself. I'm not talking about changing your thinking, you guys. I'm talking about revolutionizing it. People think this stuff is BS. I've been cleansing my brain of negativity for 28 years, almost every single day. And you know what doesn't work? Doing it once.
This is the guy that sent me the roof.
Whoever that was, I love you. Does anyone go to the gym in here? Click in the little chat. Do you go to the gym? And then tell me this, the first time you went to the gym and you did a set of curls, you walked out of there with massive biceps, right? No, your mind is a muscle. It must be conditioned. So people all the time, they tell me, yeah, I tried affirmations, they don't work. Okay, 28 years. Every day is the goal. Now, have I done it every single day? No. I went through some massive challenging times. Like many of you may be going through right now. Like I've gone through tons of challenging times, but I've conditioned my brain. I've conditioned the way I speak to myself so that instead of walking around the world with fear, doubt, anxiety, and worry, I'm walking around thinking I'm the best man that God created me to be. I'm getting better and stronger every day. I am an amazing person. And that builds confidence and belief. And when people see me and they can feel that energy, they are attracted to positive energy. Would you agree? Say yes in the chat. Okay. And they are repelled by negative energy. Wouldn't you agree, Soccer? They are repelled by it. Have you ever been around someone that's negative?
Yes.
Yeah, I played pickleball with one of them today. People are drawn to it, that positivity. And so I want to give you 4 things to utilize. I have a morning mindset workout that I utilize to strengthen my mind. And in this market, okay, and whatever you're going through, okay, the last challenging market, 2008, 2009, I left Keller Williams in the end of 2008, the worst market we've seen in 20 years, right? I left them in 2008 to launch Goldwasser Real Estate. I was going to be the next Gary Keller and the next Tony Robbins. The market dropped, but that's not the tough part. Mute yourself, please. The tough part was in 2009, I found out my controller was stealing money from me, stole $500,000 from me in a 3-year period, didn't pay my payroll taxes. So I had $300,000 in tax liability to the government. They don't care what happened. They want their money. Then I had 120 agents. January of 2010, my top agent left. Between January and June of 2010, I lost 90% of my agents to another company. And in the midst of that, the girl I met when I was 11, started dating when I was 13, married when I was 23, said I want a divorce. Okay. So I've been through challenging times. And believe me, that stopped me for a minute. But I was resilient. I came back and I continued to build my mindset. So the first step in your morning mindset workout for me is what I call, write this down, a wake up thought. It is simply the first thought I've taught myself to think immediately in the morning to get my energy in the right path. And it is this. I said it this morning. It's an awesome day. I will positively impact the lives of everyone I touch today. And guess who I was thinking about? You guys. The second step for me, I don't care if you're a Christian or not. I am. I get on my knees and I thank God for my life. And I use prayer. And then I go through my affirmations and I say them out loud, driving them into my unconscious. Raise your hand if you talk to yourself. Yes, that's your unconscious mind. What are you saying? Is it lifting you up or is it tearing you down? We need to change the conversation in our head. Affirmations do that. You start driving those positive thoughts in and getting rid of the negative. The third, that's 1, 2, third set. Fourth set, Gary Keller taught me this. I had the beautiful pleasure of spending a lot of time with him, still one of my great friends on the planet. But he taught me about thinking powered by a big why. And so I sat down in 2004 and I wrote out my big why. I don't have time to get into that today. But if you've never read Millionaire Real Estate Agent, I highly suggest you read that book. I studied that. And the idea is when we have that confidence and that belief, when we have that energy, right, people are going to be drawn to you. And then when you reach out your hand and you say hello, they're going to feel that energy. And in the next section, which is revolutionize your thinking in lead generation. So Area number one, we're going to revolutionize our thinking with mindset and energy. We're going to change the thoughts that we have about ourselves, change the way we talk to ourselves. Brian and I talked about this the other day at that beautiful session. Thank you, Brian, for giving me that opportunity. But we talked about listening to the way people talk about themselves or the words that come out of their mouth. So be careful about the words that you speak to others, the words you speak about yourself, and the words that come out of your mouth. And shift and revolutionize your thinking in terms of your mindset and energy. Number two, lead generation. What is the number one job of a real estate agent? Put it in the chat if you can tell me what you think the number one job of a real estate agent is. And I will tell you this, it is nothing else but lead generation. When I got to number one in the world, I'm like cranking, I'm flying high, 543 deals. And Gary says to me, Chad, every day you wake up, you think about one thing. Where is your business coming from? Lead generation, the number one job of a real estate agent. So what is the number one job of a real estate agent? Lead generation. Revolutionize your thinking in terms of your lead generation. I want you to draw a circle in front of you. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about when I went to Moab, Utah, and I came up with what is called the lead gen wheel. Draw a circle in front of you or just think about it in your mind. I'm in Moab, Utah. I'm 27 years old. My business is cranking. And I'm riding my bike in Moab, Utah, and the tire is banging against the rock. And I'm like, what? Why doesn't that tire collapse? And I'm looking at the hub, and I'm looking at the rubber tire, and I'm looking at the rim, and then I looked at the spokes, and I thought, it's the spokes that keep it from collapsing. And I'm a businessman. I don't know about you guys, but I thought about business. I'm like, what keeps my business from collapsing? Lead generation. Now I want you to draw spokes in your wheel, okay? And on each spoke, I want you to think about where your business is coming from and write it. So sphere of influence, open houses, for sale by owners, expired listings, builder move up, farming, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever areas you utilize for lead generation, I want you to write at a spoke. And the first one I want to talk about, because I think it's the most important one. It's your sphere of influence, right? How many people get business from their sphere of influence? All of us. Have you ever had a friend of yours call you and be like, oh my God, we just sold our house? And you're like, what? It's happened to me twice. It happens to me. And like, I work to dominate their minds about my real estate business. So where you have written SOI, unmute yourself, Soccer, and tell me one way that you reach out to your sphere of influence. And everyone write down whatever she says. Okay, Timothy from Orlando, you're up next. Timothy Carter from Orlando, you're up next. Unmute yourself. Go ahead. Tell me one way that you reach out to your sphere of influence.
I have what I call my board of directors. It's my top 50 people who have used me before and have sent business my way. And I send them a magazine every other month. And then I talk to them. And I talk to them every other month. And then I meet with them 4 times a year for coffee.
Awesome. So right there, you've got calls, sending them something, and coffee. Timothy Carter, what do you do?
I'm currently posting on social media since I am brand new to the Orlando area and building my relationships with the network here in the city.
Awesome. Social media, we're going to talk about that. Let's say Brian Ruzicka. Brian Ruzicka, where are you from, buddy?
Orlando.
Yay. What do you do to reach out to your sphere of influence?
I'm going to have to agree with Timothy. Social media, joining Facebook groups, posting in Facebook groups, messaging pretty much everyone I know. Hey, do you have referrals? Other friends of mine who are real estate agents in other areas, like, hey, if you have anybody in Texas who wants to move to Orlando, let me know.
That's me. If you have anyone moving to Austin, Texas, Brian, send them my way.
I got
Last
you.
One. Jennifer Postner. Wait, Janine Postner. Janine Postner, where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Call me if you need to sell a home in Austin, Texas. Go. What do you do for your sphere of influence?
I do yard sales. I do events where we do gathering food for Thanksgiving for the homeless. We do
Beautiful.
backpack buddies, do a lot of things for the community.
Awesome. So in this more different market, okay, when people say, how's your business? I say, I'm working twice as hard for half the money. It's amazing. So what are you doing for your sphere of influence? So on that spoke, okay, in your lead gen wheel, what you're going to do, and what I did was I sat down after I was on my bike and I wrote out that wheel and I said, SOI, what am I doing? And I said, I'm making calls, I'm sending some texts, I'm inviting everyone to Rock and Restock, which is my client appreciation party. I'm taking people out to lunch. Okay, now we become systematic about this, okay? So when you revolutionize your thinking about lead generation, okay, I want you to get systematic. And what I did is I said, okay, I'm making phone calls, I'm writing personal notes, I'm going to coffees, I'm taking people to lunch, I'm inviting them to Rock and Restock. Am I maximizing that spoke? Don't answer, but are you maximizing your sphere of influence and dominating the mind space that they have for a real estate agent? So what I did was instead of just saying, now I took phone calls. Now we set a goal with this, okay? And so what I did was I created a business plan. I laminate everything, by the way, my affirmations laminated, my business plans laminated. That one is from 2012. I laminate them so I can keep a copy in the shower, above the visor in my car, and at my office. So I'm surrounded by them, always putting them in my mind. But here's what I did with lead generation for my sphere of influence. Instead of just saying, I'm going to make some calls to my sphere, what I said is, I am making 20 SOI calls per week, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. till 10:30. I am writing 10 personal notes per week. I am going on 1 SOI lunch per week. I am entering 4 new contacts into my database each week. I am sending out personal notes and Starbucks gift cards, all referrals. I'm doing so. Amp up our marketing and our sphere of influence contacts. I want to share with you one thing that I utilize, because a lot of people, if you're ever afraid of contacting your sphere of influence, put in the chat, afraid. I get that way too sometimes. So I've created a system. It's called You Just Crossed My Mind. Here's what it is, okay? Does anyone ever just cross your mind, Renee? Someone crosses your mind and you're like, I wonder what Renee Funk is doing right now. Instead of allowing people to just cross your mind, here's what I do. Renee Funk, oh my God, it's Chad Goldwasser. You just crossed my mind. I hope Orlando is amazing. This is a text message, by the way. So this is simpler. My goal is 10 of these each day, and I probably do 20 of them. And some of you may have gotten them from me. Renee Funk, you just crossed my mind. It's Chad Goldwasser in Austin, Texas. And I just wanted to say, I think you're amazing. You inspire me. I'm so glad we reconnected, and I love you to death. Have an amazing day. And if you hear of anyone looking to buy or sell real estate in Austin, Texas, call me. Okay? Simple. I do 10 of them each day. That's the goal. Simple, unobtrusive, and beautiful. So I utilize a system as well called Blitzkrieg marketing. I want to hit them from air, land, and sea. If you don't know what a Blitzkrieg is, it's a war term. I want to hit them with a text, a social media message, and a personal note. If you're not writing personal notes, that's something that I was taught in that book 28 years ago, and I still work to do that every week, 10 personal notes per week. But if I say to Renee, Renee, I am a speaker and a teacher. I'd love you to bring me in on one of your events sometimes. One time, she's probably not going to. But if I get Renee on a phone call yesterday, get her on my call today, talk to her, text her, become her buddy, she's going to bring me in on something. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
It's the same way with your sphere of influence. If you give them, have you ever had a lender that's like, hey, I really want to do deals with you. Let's go to lunch. And then they take you out to lunch and they don't even buy. And then you never hear from them again. Okay. Let's not be that way. Revolutionize our thinking in this area. We have to be the absolute #1 choice. I got to move on. So I'm going to cover one more area that if you are not utilizing it, I know people hate them. I love them. 28 years I've been doing open houses. My job as a real estate agent is to get in front of people. And so I've systematized my open houses. And I'm going to talk in our last section, which is about to start in a minute, about pricing strategies, studying, learning, understanding, and mastering the market. Okay? But my open house system is by Tuesday. I know what open house I'm having on Thursday. I'm putting it in the MLS. On Thursday, I'm going to go to the house. I'm going to do some social media. And then I'm going to go do what I do every week as a goal. Preview the market. Study the other homes that are on the market. I'm not just going to pull them up. I'm actually going to physically go out and look at 5 to 10 homes, which takes me about 1 hour if I'm quick and efficient. And I'm going to know the market like the back of my hand. If David Schneider is on this call and he's willing to do it, I have a question for you, David Schneider. If he speaks up, I'll let him tell you. But a typical traditional average real estate agent in this market, type in the chat, what do they say when you say, how's the market doing?
It's tough out there.
It's tough out there. Okay. What is a legendary rock star agent going to say, David, to separate themselves about the market when they're studying and learning the market, when they know it without a doubt? David, what are they going to say? David, by the way, Schneider is an amazing friend of mine, 20-year partner of mine. Go ahead, David. What does a legendary agent say when I say, how's the market?
Well, legendary agent's going to say, well, there's 16,135 homes on the market right now. It's one of the most competitive set of inventory I've ever seen. And I've really never seen it this high. There's 4,975 properties that are pending, about 7,455 sales in the past 90 days, which means there's 2,535 homes sold a month. That's 6.3 months of inventory. And the reality is it's a great time to buy and it's a great time to sell. If you bought at the right time, you price it right, and you're in the best condition. Just out of curiosity, you're thinking buying or selling.
Boom. Okay. A typical, set yourselves apart, guys. How many of you know how many homes are on the market in your market right now? How many homes are active? How many? I look at it every single day because when I'm in the grocery store and someone's like, oh, I compliment them, another system. And I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. I'm going to get back to open houses, but I know the numbers. Separate yourself. What separates you? Okay. I have a proven, repeatable process designed to get you the best price for your home. I study, learn, and understand the market better than anyone, so I can strongly negotiate on your behalf, Brian. Isn't that what you want? Absolutely. So separate yourself. So in an open house, I'm going to go in. I'm going to have 15 signs set up so everyone sees my signs. That's where I'm going to get some of the traffic from. James Willoughby taught me that. Shout out, James. First day I was in his company. And then I'm going to get to the property early. I'm going to do social media. I'm going to turn on every light, make sure it's cool. And I am going to then utilize my script. It's called the 7-point conversion method. I don't have time to teach you that today. If you want more information about me and about our coaching programs and such, click on the link that Brian posted. He'll post it again. It'll take you to get a free ebook by me. It's called The Top Producer Roadmap. It's basically 9 chapters detailing out what I did to get to #1 in the world. It's free to you guys. I won't bug you, but if you want to be coached and you want an awesome coach, I'm doing that now. So I have a script. I utilize that script, and then I'm going to tell you a quick story about this past Sunday. Yes, 28 years in the business. Guess what I was doing last Sunday? Open house. Guess what I did the weekend before? Open house. You know when open houses don't work for agents? When they don't do them. Okay. So I'm at this open house. In walks Chloe and Lance with their 3 beautiful little children. One wasn't with them. They have 4 kids. They're touring the house. I had 5 groups through this open house, and they're like, I'm utilizing a superpower that I suggest we all build. My superpower is building connection with people quick and gaining their trust. And I'm sharing about the market, and I'm utilizing my scripts and dialogues. And here's the script that I used at the end that got them to be my client. I said, Chloe and Lance, I don't know if you have an awesome, kick-ass, badass agent representing you right now, but if you don't, I'd love to serve you. And she goes, an awesome, kick-ass, badass agent? No, but we do have an agent. And here's what he did. He made an offer for us on a property, and he told us it was a good offer. And we lost the home. And he came back and he said, well, you should have offered more. And that pissed me off. This is her speaking. And she said, we just got rid of him. I said, amazing. $1.1 million buyer that I am now working with. Okay. I'm just saying, separate yourself. What does a typical traditional average agent say, Brian Copeland? Do you have an agent? That's a great question if you don't want to get any deals. Do you have an awesome, badass agent that knows the market like the back of their hand that can help you find the best deal? Okay, that's a separating question. Okay, open houses, sphere of influence. There's more, but I don't have time. If you have questions, we're going to save 5 minutes in the end for 3 questions. You can ask me about the Grateful Dead, my dog Cody, or any real estate question that you have. Grateful Dead, my favorite band ever on the planet, the galaxy, and the universe. Going to see them next weekend at the Sphere. Okay, last place, you need to revolutionize your thinking to revolutionize your business and your results, okay? Pricing strategies. What is worse? You can put it in the chat. Tell me something that's worse than an overpriced listing. Heart attack? Your dog got run over? I mean, there's several things, but there's not much worse than an overpriced listing. Would you agree? I have a gentleman that paid $1.2 million for his house. This is a super sad story. This is actually the home I was at when I was doing the open house the other day. Paid $1.2 million for the house. His wife developed ALS. This is 2021 when this happened. 2022, his wife develops ALS. He puts $100,000 into the home to retrofit it for her. So as she passes away a year ago, it's a great home for her. So he's got 1.3 million into this home. When I met with him, I said, bro, maybe $1 million, man. I'm so sorry. You know, probably more like 975. Imagine that. Okay. And he said, let's go to $1,075,000. I said, I really guys, pricing is key. Say this with me if you're on mute. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, 99% of the marketing of your home is being done right now when we choose a price for your property. Okay? You have to price correctly. Here's another script for you, Renee. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, in Austin, Texas right now, there are 16,135 homes on the market. I've been selling real estate 28 years. That's the highest inventory I've ever seen. It's one of the most competitive. Don't say one of the worst. Say one of the most competitive. Say it now. One of the most competitive markets I've ever seen. What I'm advising my clients to do is if I tell you to price your home at $5 million, you should probably tell me to price it at 4.5 and then get it in the best condition you've ever had it in your life. That's a script, okay? How do we become pricing masters? In the chat, Brian, put something in the chat, and anyone else that wants to participate, put something in the chat that you think allows you to truly control and get a client to price their home correctly. I'm going to give you a few areas. Number one, if you don't have a system or a lead sheet, This is our seller lead sheet. So many agents walk into a listing appointment and they have no idea what price the seller has in mind. And then they're like, Mr. Seller, I think 5 million. And the seller in their head was thinking 8. And what does that seller do? You know what? Let us think about it. We'll get back to you. Okay. I go in. Here's the question you ask. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, out of curiosity, have you been watching what other homes like yours have been selling for in the neighborhood? And then listen. Jet, my buddy Jet taught me this. The most important thing we do as a salesperson, listen. Shut my mouth. That's what I tell myself every day. I'm not doing it right now, but listen. So have you been watching what other homes like yours? Because here's what they're going to say. Well, there's one down at 6525 Johnson Street. That one sold for 8 million. And you're going to make sure to write that down. And when you walk in their door, you're going to pull that one up. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, you said 6825 Johnson. That one sold at 8 million, you said? Yes, exactly. That one was 8,000 square feet. What's your square footage again? 4,000? Oh, okay. Self-discovery. Okay. So then the next question I ask them, Brian Copeland, what do you think would be an acceptable selling price for you? And then you let them talk. Practice that with me. Say it out loud wherever you're at right now if you can. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what would be an acceptable selling price for you? And remember to smile. Remember your energy. All of these things start to work together in concert to make you a legendary agent. Okay? Pricing is key. Before, I'm going to tell you 2 other things that I utilize, and then, yeah, gosh, we're doing good. Brian, we doing good? Is everyone having fun? If you're having fun, put fun in the chat, please.
I've seen a whole lot of head nods this morning, so I think you're doing great.
All right, last 2 things, guys, okay? To revolutionize your thinking in terms of pricing, it is absolutely key to master this and separate yourself. Say this, best price competition review. Mr. and Mrs. Sellers, before I got here, I'm sure the other 2 agents you are interviewing did this as well, but I did what I call the best price competition review. What I mean by that, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, is you want an agent that knows the market like the back of their hand so they can strongly negotiate on your behalf. Wouldn't you agree? That's called a tie down. The only answer is yes. And then you say, before I got here, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I actually went out and I previewed the other 8 homes that we're going to be competing against because I think it's important, and I'm sure those other 2 agents did as well. Nobody does it. I think it's important for me to know the other properties that we're going to be competing against on the market so that when an agent comes in here and says, Chad, your home is 5,000 square feet. You're priced at 5 million. There's one right down the street that's 4.5. It's the same square footage. I can say, Brian, we both know why that's priced where it's at. Back to railroad track, bro. Know the market better than anyone. Write it down. Best price competition review. And here's the last thing, guys, okay? The last thing I'm going to teach you about pricing. This is so important, you guys. I am a pricing master. Say that. I am a pricing master. Last thing. I don't say it. They do. I never say the price. I know the price before I walk in the door, guys. I study. Like, I study. I don't say it. They do. Here's what I mean. When I'm pulling up comps, I'll have my phone with me, right? Not for texting. I will do this. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, yeah, this one's a very, you think this is a really good comparable to yours? Okay, great. And you said yours is 3,500 square feet? And that one, price, what was the price per square foot on that, Julie, again? 300? They're saying it. Get it? Then I do this, Brian. So 300 times 3,500 is, it comes out of their mouth, not mine. Get it? It's not me. You said it. Revolutionize your thinking about pricing. Become a master of it. Revolutionize your thinking in 3 areas in this market: mindset and energy. Become a magnet. Lead generation. The number 1 job of a real estate agent is lead generation. I could do a whole class on that, Elizabeth. And number 3, pricing strategies. I want to end with this, guys. It's not about you. Who you become is not about you. That same kid that sat in my car and said, "Dad, you're pretty good at what you do." His name's Aiden Goldwasser. He's 22 now. When he was 18, he was applying to the University of Texas. I got an email from my son. Who gets an email from their kid? Like, have you ever gotten it? I'm like, what the hell? It was entitled College Essay. I opened it. I never thought I was a good father. I thought I was inadequate. I never sat my kids down and said, you got to be I never talked to them like I'm talking to you right now. I probably should, but people are watching you. I opened it up. It said, "Dad, I wrote this college essay answer to this college question for the essay to get into University of Texas, and I thought you should read it." I opened it up. The question was, how do you feel you will impact and influence the University of Texas, both inside and outside of the classroom? His answer: I have infectious positive energy. For years, I have watched my father influence and impact the people around him with his energy and his attitude, imparting on us not only the importance of optimism for the individual, but for that of the community. I'm bawling by now. People are watching you, and the most important people to me, my kids, my family, you guys. Who you become, how you react to this market, how you overcome it, and how you become the absolute best in the world, legendary real estate agents. Revolutionize your thinking and revolutionize your life. Thank you.
Chad, that was epic. I mean,
Thank you.
I've been watching how many people have stayed on, and we've almost had 100% stay on the entire time. So
if you want more information, click on that ebook. Follow me, Chad.Goldwasser. I want to help people. My mission is to positively impact people around the globe. I want to speak and teach and coach and help transform lives because people did it for me. So if you want more information, click on that link. Contact me. Brian, you can put my number in there, 512-750-8333. Follow me on social media. I would love to connect with you people.
Does anybody have any questions? Love to wrap this up the next 10 minutes with any questions. Just unmute yourself and start talking and put your hand up. You're good.
Chad, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So I have 2 questions, actually.
Who is this? Taylor.
Yeah.
You're in California?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God, my favorite place. Love it. Tell me, brother. Tell me, what can I help you with?
2 questions. I didn't get the name of the book that you said. What was it?
30 Days to Success as a Buyer's Agent. It is out of print. Elizabeth Riley, Renee, we need to rewrite that book. I'm going to rewrite it, Brian. I'm going to rewrite it, Taylor. It was life-changing, man.
This is my second question. You said it was out of print. What are the chances that I can get your copy of it? You could send it to me, and then when I'm done with it, I'll send it back to you.
Do you have $1 billion?
No.
Taylor, connect with me. Get my free ebook. Let's connect, and I'm going to get you a copy of it somehow. I have it. It's so dear to me, you guys.
That's why I want it. I feel it.
I'm going to rewrite it, brother. Taylor, I'm going to rewrite it.
I'm in the Bible Belt. It's like Chad's Bible right now, you know.
Go ahead, Taylor. Thank you, brother. Who's next? Anyone else have a question? Thank you so much for being here.
Anybody else have any questions?
Chad, your friend Bhushan here in Austin.
Hey, Bhushan, my buddy in Austin, Texas. Hey, brother.
It's an awesome day to be here with you.
Thank you, buddy.
I love your messages. Quick question. I just started selling a house today. It's listed today. And the seller just wants to get even. They bought it in 2022.
Good.
Oh,
So what are some of the marketing strategies here? Like,
Okay. So remember, guys, what's the number one thing that will sell a house? Like nothing else. It's the price. Okay. So Bushan, you have to price it correctly out of the gate. Okay. Out of the gate. We don't try a price. We price it correctly out of the gate. And then we drive traffic. We start to pre-market it. I'm not talking about putting out a sign necessarily. Social media. Every agent that works in the area, contact them. Say, I have a listing coming on the market. The number two thing I can tell you about what is so important about a home when it goes on the market is that the baseboards are scrubbed with a toothbrush. Here's a script for you. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, when you're on your hands and knees for 2 hours scrubbing those baseboards with a toothbrush to get it in the best condition for me, think about an additional 20 grand in your pocket. Because that's how important it is for me to get your home in the best condition to get you the best price. So Bushan, make sure it's immaculate. Make sure the pictures are done well. Do open houses. The first weekend I go on the market, I'm doing massive open houses, driving traffic. But the key, guys, nothing else matters if the price is not aggressive in this market. I am honestly utilizing that script every time. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if I tell you to price it at 5 million, you should tell me to price it at 4.5.
Chad, what is on that pricing strategy? What is your strategy as far as timeline and price adjustments? If things don't move, what does it look like for you in a market that we're in right now?
My goal, guys, is that the home sold within the first 7 days, and I teach why that is. I have a whole script and a diagram about why that is. Brian, as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible, guys. If the statistic is, if we have 20 showings and no offers, we better move the price. If we have, yeah, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like, if we have 20 people through the house and no offers, or if we have, damn it, next time I'll remember that one. But Brian, the answer is adjust quickly, guys. Think about this. Here's a script for you. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, say we priced it too high. Say I tell you 1 million and you tell me 1.2, and I agree to that. And 30 days from now, nobody shows the home and there's no offers, and you say, fine, let's drop it 100 grand to 1.1. Now we're 30 days on the market. 30 more days goes by, still not priced correctly. Nobody through. You call me and say, fine, Chad, let's go to your price. Now I have lost all of my negotiating strength. And now you're going to get 900 for it. Would you rather get 1 million now or 990 days? Let me utilize my skills and abilities and experience, price it correctly, and then let me use those skills and experience in marketing to drive the price back up or to get you the best price for your home. Don't make the mistake. The typical traditional average, guys. See, when I use this with sellers, I put them over here. Watch. I physically move my body. A typical traditional average real estate agent. I almost fall out of my chair when I do it because I'm so far away from that. Does that help?
Oh, that's great. I mean, there's so many people in different markets are experiencing that right now, you know, and it's a hard conversation to have because we're just
you guys
at it because the market's been so, you know.
The harder conversation is when you overprice it and they're like, why isn't it selling? And you're like, and the harder conversation is when they say, well, you know why it's not selling? You put your open house sign out wrong. They will blame. They will blame everything, right? Soccer.
Yes. Oh my God. And I say one thing I say to my sellers is, Mr. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, every house will sell. Any house will sell when priced right, even a hoarder's house. And can I explain?
I like that.
And I tell them about my hoarder's houses that I've sold with trash bags all the way to the top, or with, you know, animals, even priced properly, a hoarder's house will sell.
Oh God, I like that. That is
Mhm.
Soccer in Austin, Texas. If you guys don't know her, follow her on social media. She's amazing. She's a legend in this city and around the country. Brian, am I going to get to, I want to see all these beautiful, there's a lot of beautiful comments here. I want to connect with these people. Is there a recording of this?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, we'll have it posted on Workplace. It's live streamed. The hard part is comments are not viewable on that. So
Damn it.
I know.
Let me see what people had to say then really quick. Keep asking questions if you have them. Man, there's a lot of good comments in here. This is amazing. So fun.
You can save the chat if you go at the top.
Yes.
Where there are 3 little dots and it says save chat. I think you can save it.
Oh God, I want to see those comments. I need to feel good about myself, Brian. I want to build that.
Anybody else? One more question, if anybody has one.
Chad, I got you. This is Lance Walker in Austin, and
Lance,
it's good to hear from you.
showed
Great to
up.
start my morning with you. I was reading an article this morning about the importance of looking into for sale by owner opportunities, and I'm wondering what's a strategy that's worked for you in the past if you've ever gone after those.
Let me think. A strategy that has worked for me in the past. Well, there's a lot of research. Brian Copeland or Soccer or anyone that's on this call can probably tell you there is massive research that shows that a home listed for sale by owner will not actually. Soccer, if you can save those comments, that would be amazing. I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know if I can.
I saved it. I'll send it to you.
Mwah! I love you. Okay. So Lance, there's tons of information out there that homes that are listed for sale by owner actually end up selling much less than homes that are not. Also, Mr. Open House, Mr. For sale by owner, I know you're getting a lot of calls from agents that want to sell your home. Can I do an open house, sir? I just want to do an open house. I want to drive buyers through there and utilize it to create some opportunity. Plus, I'm going to go out and study the market like the back of my hand. And I'm going to drive traffic through there with 20 signs. And I'm going to know the market so well. And then I'm going to do everything I can to get you the best price. Do you mind if I do an open house there? There's a strategy to get in the door, open house. You know, here's the deal. It's all about numbers. It is all about numbers. How many people you compliment in a day? How many people you reach your hand out to? How many open houses you do? It's about volume, consistency, resilience, and perseverance. 28 years, I've gotten the crap beat out of me 18 times. That's 5, but 18 times. And I'm here, electrified, excited, and motivated to crush it with you guys. Brian, I got to go get on a plane. I love you guys. Thank you for this opportunity. That is what makes me alive. And I think you can feel that. Thank you, Brian Copeland. Thank you, Elizabeth Riley.
Thank you to Chad.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Have
Love
a
you guys.
weekend, everybody.
you.
Go sell some homes.
Great.
And we'll see you next week.